Now, going over to the Cultural Power podcast, you have American Eagle leaning into the Sydney Sweeney phenomenon as their ads go more and more viral. Now, this brought to us thanks to End Wokeness on X, in which he says, quote, American Eagle is now tripling down on the Great Jeans ad. And here you have Sydney Sweeney on one of those large electronic displays. Looks like she flips off a CRT TV off of a platform, which, well, I don't think it's real, hopefully, because there are some people that collect CRT TVs for vintage gaming, but I partially digress. That's her waving on a platform, and it ends with static, and it says, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, which fact check community knows. True, obviously. And this went pretty viral, got about 600,000 views and 31,000 likes, which, again, it makes sense. These ads are viral, and again, American Eagle is smart, although as a kid I would jokingly call them Pakistani Eagle because their clothes at the time, in the 90s and 2000 era, were made in Pakistan. So I guess fun business fact of the day, debatably. And yeah, just lean into it, and they're going to get more and more sales. Their stock is going up greatly, though again, not financial advice. One of the first comments comes to us thanks to Gunther Eagleman, says, quote, I love this shit, getting 123 likes. Paul Zupa says, quote, the big problem liberals have with the genes is that it leads to them talking about chromosomes such as XY and XX that will destroy their whole gender ideology, getting 137 likes. I mean, it's also probably because Sydney Sweeney is not morbidly obese like most liberal leftists. And before this, most advertising for the fashion industry, even on the Facebook, when you're looking at ads for clothing, it shows obese women. I don't know why, but they're proud and they're happy. You shouldn't be happy to be healthy, unless, again, some people have some health conditions, but overall in the United States, people are morbidly obese because of health decisions, aka what they eat and what they do, or rather what they do not do. Now, you also have a couple more comments here. One of the first ones comes to us thanks to Base Electrician, saying, quote, Sydney has taken over the dome. Got 33 likes, which, yeah, I guess it is Las Vegas Dome. You also have Mrs. B with the famous meme of the boyfriend who's jealous of the girlfriend, but they photoshopped it so that the girlfriend is the ugly leftist, which is the, obviously, purple hair, thick, ugly glasses, which blows my mind. There's some nice-looking glasses out there. There's some sexy frames. None of them are worn by leftists. But then, of course, she has purple hair, the cow ring, and he's looking away from her. He's looking at Sydney Sweeney, who obviously looks breathtaking. That got 361 likes. Mrs. B says a difference between a real woman versus a fake woman. You have American Eagle with Sydney Sweeney, and their stock went up by 20+%. And you had Dylan Mulvaney dressed up as Catherine Hepburn, or with a woman face on, as some people would say, and Bud Light stock crashing like a rock or a broken airplane. That got 505 likes, which, well, I'll give it 506 in that case. 519 going up like a good stock, like NVIDIA, though again, not financial advice. You have Atticus Fitch saying, quote, the ad that only righties are making a big deal about, getting 10 likes. A contrarian statement, was he ratioed? No. Someone by the name of Polly says, except 2, you're the only non-white making a big deal, right? Getting 2 likes. ZNVT says, you're retarded, getting 1 like. Someone said, and yet here you are. Let's see here. Ankar Pandi says, quote, I don't like this ad. She's only doing divisive politics. How could anyone be happy after angering so many people? Where's the humanity, my God? You got 13 likes from 13 idiots, but let me see here. Was he ratioed? Tommy Diddy Tony says, quote, good thing is very few people care if you don't like this ad. Getting 62 likes, or as you might say, ratioing him completely. You also have Terry saying, oh my God, are you a girl? Really? Getting 19 likes. You also have Woke Men saying, shut up, communists, getting 21 likes. Ooh, disgusting. Dink Tickle says, fair is fair, you said about these ads too, right? You have a morbidly obese African-American woman and a morbidly obese white woman on the cover of Cosmopolitan, and it says, this is healthy, which, spoiler, all those fat influencers, yeah, they die prematurely because, obviously. And, yeah. Disgusting. It literally says, this is healthy, and this magazine says, if women on why wellness doesn't have to be a one-size-fit-all. Again, if you're big as a rhinoceros, you cause a lot, just the wear and tear on your car. You're just going to wear out the shock absorbers, the seats going to get worn down earlier. I'm only partially kidding, that is true. But yeah, these lies that they've been telling women for like a decade of, oh yeah, you're beautiful just the way you are. No, you're not. Go to the gym, eat less, exercise more. I found that on average, men are more blunt with each other. And I think that's why men on average are in better shape than women in terms of obesity and muscle mass. It's a thing where if a guy gets out of shape, you'll talk shit to him. And again, in terms of how guys work, on average, that's a pretty good motivator. For gals, they just lie to each other. Well, I also think this is why they lead to divorce as well, in terms of who initiates divorce. But yeah, they always say, oh no, girl, you're perfect just the way you are. No, you're not. Put down the taco or whatever unhealthy food you're eating, which I would argue most tacos are unhealthy unless you make them at home. But another topic for another time, perhaps. That did get 9 likes. Going back to the main comment section, you have Built Tika saying, quote, American Eagle. It's Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob getting 108 likes with the money eyes. Mrs. B says, quote, the left says that they want more young male voters. Their strategy, hire this fat C-word, then tell this hot girl is fascist. Getting a 235, let's make it 236, 45 likes, which, yep. Again, I can't help but think most of the actions Democrats do is just money laundering, not actually, trying to be efficient. Because, yeah, Democrats did pay that whale, and I say that because she's ugly on the outside and the inside. But, yeah, they pay this morbidly obese, liberal white woman to try to influence young men to vote for Democrat when obviously she's not mentally attractive or physically attractive, and she pushes very much pro-LGBT ideologies, which young men, spoiler, are not into. Well, most people aren't. I think most people are just afraid to say anything. And, of course, juxtaposition with that is obviously Sydney Sweeney, who's 1.853 billion times more attractive than the girl on the left. Obviously. That got 245 likes. All right, to see if there's any contrarian statements here. I'm pretty sure most people are all happy. Yeah, Mrs. B having the picture of, was this Calvin Klein? Where they had a woman who transitioned or tried to transition to a man, cut off body parts and took steroids or took drugs to have a beard, then got pregnant, and then you also have, and they have Calvin Klein clothes, and Democrats' eyes are closed. You have Dylan Mulvaney and his woman face, Democrats' eyes are closed, they don't care. Then you have Sydney Sweeney, and the eyes of Squidward open up, and they look all angry. Got 127 likes, and yep. In fact, they told you those other two things were beautiful. They were amazing. You had to embrace them. Spoiler, they didn't. Consumers didn't buy that crap. So yeah, it continues to go trending. Again, a exceptionally successful marketing campaign by American Eagle. And yeah, now the real question is, will more companies tune in and will more companies hire attractive models again? They haven't done that in decades. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comments. Great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.